Glen Lall condemns government silence on oil wealth mismanagement, calls for immediate action. In a recent public statement, outspoken activist and media personality Glen Lall has raised serious concerns over the handling of Guyana's oil wealth, calling it a national tragedy and accusing the country's political leaders of failing to protect the interests of the people. Lall's remarks come at a critical time, as Guyana continues to expand its oil production in the world's fastest-growing offshore oil region. In a direct and impassioned statement, Lall criticized the ruling People's Progressive Party, PPP, as well as the opposition parties, the People's National Congress, PNC, and the Alliance for Change, AFC, for their inaction. He accused all three of sitting idly by while international oil companies, particularly ExxonMobil and its partners, profit disproportionately from Guyana's oil resources. Lall pointed out that in 2023 alone, Guyana received $336 billion Guyanese in royalties and profits from its oil production. However, of that amount, an alarming $306 billion Guyanese was allocated to pay the taxes of the oil companies themselves, leaving only $30 billion Guyanese, or approximately $150 million for the people of Guyana. "I don't even have words to describe this lunacy," Lall stated in frustration. "We are sitting on one of the richest oil fields in the world, and instead of swimming in profits, most of our people are scraping by like beggars." Lall highlighted several critical issues that he believes are contributing to the mismanagement of the country's oil resources. Among the key concerns raised were the absence of proper metering at oil production sites, the failure to implement a ring-fencing mechanism, leaving the country's wealth vulnerable to exploitation, inflated invoices, rentals, and contract costs from oil companies that are not being adequately scrutinized, the lack of transparency and accountability following the findings of auditors regarding financial discrepancies, insufficient safeguards against potential environmental disasters, including oil spills, the failure to establish a functional petroleum commission to oversee and manage the sector. Despite these glaring issues, Lall says the government continues to approve new oil projects without addressing the fundamental flaws in the existing agreements. Year after year, Exxon and its partners will be running away with the lion's share of your oil wealth, he warned. Lall urged Guyanese citizens to demand better from their leaders. All three parties, PPP, PNC, and AFC, are coming for your vote next year. Keep it very safe for them, he said, implying that without meaningful reforms, the political establishment should not be trusted with the future of the nation's wealth. As the debate over Guyana's oil sector intensifies, Lall's call for greater accountability and more equitable distribution of resources is expected to resonate with a growing number of citizens concerned about the long-term impacts of current policies.
Watch how the PPP, PNC, and AFC sit back silently in their rocking chair, watching what Exxon doing to all of us with that oil out there. Look there, 2023, last year, Guyana received $336 billion in royalties and profits. And out of that $336 billion, $306 billion had to be paid as taxes for the oil companies, which leaves the people of this country with just 30 billion, a mere 150 million US. I don't even have words to describe this lunacy. Find the words yourself, because I just can't, to describe that. We are sitting, people, on one of the richest oil fields in the world. And instead of we swimming in profits, most of our people scraping by like beggars. While this scenario has been going on for the past 5 years pumping oil, the leaders in those three camps keeps on approving more and more oil projects without changing a single thing to correct that tax mess. So, forever and ever, year after year, Exxon and partners will be running away with the lion's share of your oil wealth. Man, no meters at the pumps, no ring fencing, not dealing with the inflated invoices, rentals and contract costs with Exxon out there, not addressing the massive skullduggery the auditors discovered, no full protection for you and me from an oil spill. No, not a petroleum commission in place with oil experts to help them manage this oil sector. And to top it off, the crumbs what I'm throwing at Guyana, going back to pay oil company taxes. Don't worry. All three parties coming for your finger next year. Keep it very safe for them.